I built a digital course in under 3 weeks while managing a community of 6,000 members and also coaching 50 plus people as a head coach. So I have some notes here that I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to let you guys know how I did this. Now, of course, you can build a course in a lot faster time. It's not even that about that. It's more about how I'm able to get all this stuff done. I made a video previously called how I get 2 to 3 days worth of work done in 4 hours. And this is something that I've been doing for the last month. It was Ramadan, right? So implementing this outside Ramadan. I also have a challenge where I am creating an even larger course, because this is the one I created was a mini course. It's going to be an even larger course, and that's going to be done in the next 14 days. I have 12 days left to do it. So if you'd like to follow along on that, let me know in the comments, or you can check out my Threads account where I upload it every single day where I say building in public. Now, the courses are specifically mainly for Muslims, but if you'd like to check them out, or you like to check out this landing page or whatever it may be, you can check it out. It's $7. I'm happy to even get it for free if you want to just utilize it, just to kind of see what it is. I can also break down how I made the videos. This one, I'm just going to talk about how I managed to do it in time-wise. But if you would like more information on how I actually did it, then I can let you know that too. So here's how I did it. I have my notes here. So first of all, I built it with barakah after fajr. So barakah is basically blessings. In the morning, there's a lot of blessings in the morning. Now, we always hear about the 4 a.m. club, the 5 a.m. club, right? There's a reason for that. There's so much blessings in the morning. In the morning is a time where people will not hit you up unless you're working like internationally. People won't generally like hit you up. You're not going to see your phone being hit with calls. Like during the day, you just never know. You have family, you have friends, you have all this. You always have things going on, right? And you don't have as much energy, right, as the day goes on. But when you're up in the morning, when you ease into your day, it finds it to be so much easier just to get tasks done. So every morning during Ramadan, because I created it during Ramadan, I would read the Quran. I would do adhkar, which is basically I would say like prayers, like things that you say, right? And then I blocked off 1 to 2 hours of focused work before my calls, right? Because I would have project calls. I would have to do work on projects. Maybe I would be managing some of the clients for the coaching, or maybe I would do something for the community as well. So I would manage both sides in there as well. So 1 to 2 hours of focused work. There's a guy called Danko. Some of you guys may already know him. He talks about dedicating 1 hour a day to your project. And I've been doing this for over 1 year, and it has completely changed my career. And I recommend, if I can find the video, I'll reference it. But it's Danko. He talks about it, I think, a couple times in his stuff. It's super, super beneficial, and it's great, right? So that was the big one that I did. On weekdays especially, I would put 1 to 2 hours into my work before my project calls, because I would usually have project calls around 8:30. Sometimes I would have it a little bit earlier, like I'd have it like around 7:30 if there's like a team call. But usually I'll have it like between like 7:30 to like 9 a.m. depending on the project, right? So I would do that, and then that gave me momentum. It's like my first big win of the day. My first big win. Like when you start your day with wins, you get a dopamine hit. So you're going through your day, you're hitting these things. Even me making this video, this is a dopamine hit because I'm actually getting something done here. This is going to maybe progress me to build my business, or it's going to help me get to that next level. So that is one big thing. And then on the weekdays, like I'll do that. And then on the weekends, I would have a little bit more time to myself. So I would stick to my routine. However, I would just prolong my work periods, and those are the times when I actually got the most work done. So I created my website throughout that, and it wasn't just my course that I created my whole website. Created a bunch of landing pages. I created a lot of different things on top of that. And even with my newest course that I'm going to do, I already have a foundation behind that, because I would spend like the long hours in the morning after Fajr, after the morning prayer, to get that work done. So that was a big one. And the weekends, I utilized my weekends. I would start my day with that, and then after that, I'd kind of just enjoy the rest of the day. I'd do it until like noon or 1 p.m. like from maybe like 6 or 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then from there, I would just go through my day. Maybe I have like a class, an Arabic class, or I had something specific like that. But the amount of output that I got done from that time to that time, it was a game changer. That's where I got the most work done. So just those specific 2 days. I know a lot of people don't work on weekends. Maybe utilize those weekends, right? Sacrifice. It's gonna take sacrifice. You have to sacrifice if you want to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing. Sacrifice is gonna be a big thing, right? And then the next thing is, this is more of a general channel, so I won't talk too much about it, but I prayed a lot on it. I prayed a lot on this. I made a lot of dua, so that's basically, I prayed on it, ask Allah, ask God to help me do this, make it happen, make it easy for me. And then I just executed on it, right? I just did it, right? So that's a big one that I did. I have another Muslim fitness channel that will kind of talk a little bit more about that. I can, if you're interested, leave a comment down below. We can talk about that later. So the next thing was, I didn't wait for free time, right? While building this, I was coaching nearly 50 people and managing multiple projects. I created the time, blocked it off, and treated it like an amana. So like I said, the first 1 to 2 hours, I blocked it off. I would tell myself, I'm not going to do anything else until I do these tasks, right? And I would typically sometimes have some other things that went on, especially on weekdays, where I'm managing the coaching clients or when I'm managing the communities. There's sometimes when I have to post, sometimes when I have to comment, sometimes I have to go through search Slack. So it was a thing. However, I made sure to prioritize what I was doing. Even if it was like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, I made sure to get through that. So my biggest thing was just doing it. And when I found that, what happens is when you start to do something, you feel the momentum, you feel it. And then that's when like you just keep doing it. Like it starts to become, I don't want to say like an addiction, but you start to gamify it. It starts to become fun. So when you're building a website, you're like, oh, let me try this, let me try that, let me try this, let me try this copy. So it starts to become a game. And one of my mentors used to always say this, like, don't you find this to be fun? When I first started doing this, I did not know because I didn't know what I was doing. But as you kind of gain experience in your skills, it starts to become a lot easier. So that is a big one for me there. The next one is I asked for feedback early. So I was on a platform called Threads. I'm pretty big on that right now, like not audience wise, but I'm very like active on that platform, and that platform actually inspired me to do this, because before that, like, I was not inspired. I was not getting any feedback. I was on Snapchat where I had a lot of my friends on there, but my friends weren't really like supporting me. Like most of my friends weren't supporting me on the platform. I would post stuff, I would ask for feedback, nobody would say anything. It was one of those things where I was like, I just felt like I was doing it all by myself. But as soon as I hopped on Threads, even Instagram, I was getting some feedback loops, but on Threads, it's like immediate. You can get immediate feedback. You can have actual conversations. People there are genuinely like they're there to connect with you. So I got a lot of feedback from Threads, and it kind of inspired me because I saw people that also had their courses. They had their digital courses. They had the course at this price. I listened to a lot of like videos of people that actually doing it, that they're making money off it. I was like, man, if they can do it, I can do it too, right? So I just kept doing it. I just went, I did it, and boom, instead of like looking for perfection, I just asked for feedback. What do you guys want? What are you guys looking for? How can I help you? So that's one of the biggest things too. So the next one is I started from zero. Literally every single page that I made, every single course or video that I did, it all started from scratch. I did not have any blueprint. I just started from scratch. I went to the website. It was white, and then I just made stuff. I added different copy, and then I went from there. One thing I did do, and this is something I will give you advice on, is I swiped a couple of pages, or I swiped a couple of courses. So I looked at some of like free courses that I saw the outline of that. I look at some of the courses that I've been in the past. I used some of the outlines of that. I took at some of the websites that I liked, and I kind of copied those websites, and I just added my own copy to it, right? My own text. So that's what I did. That actually made it a lot faster, because sometimes when you go through it, it's hard to figure out what you're going to do. But when you find something that you like and that actually works, it's converting well, you just copy that, right? And then you just emulate, right? It's a template. Like, it's pretty much I pretty much built templates, but in a different sense. Like I just built it, right? So that was really, really helpful. And like I said, I started from zero. I just started, and then boom, I just started building, and it went from zero to something. Now I have my main website. I have a course now. I have my coaching page. I have to update it VSL, but I can do that. I have an ebook now that I just created literally like just this morning. So I have all these things as foundations, and I can build on this. The thing is that when you contemplate too much on it, you're not gonna build. You have nothing to build on. But when you actually have something, you have something to build on. That's the best part about building something like this, because once you've done it, boom, all you have to do is push it. That's it, right? Like now that my course is done, all I have to do is push, get feedback, and I can reiterate, and then maybe create something better. I can up the price, I can decrease the price. It's a product. I have a product out, so I can do whatever it is that I want to do with it. Now, the next thing I did do, and I think this is what I said, was I didn't wait to feel ready. I just did it. A lot of times, like we want have these ideas where it's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you're like sitting there for weeks contemplating on the idea. You don't execute at all on the idea. And then you find yourself like a couple months down the line, you're like, oh, I'm here. Like this is what I could have done. No, just start. If you have a passion, you want to try something, just start uploading some videos, start doing a website. If you want a career path, start looking into it, right? I have some plans that I want to do for the end of the year. I'm actively just looking at it, like outside of the online space. I'm just looking at it. I'm doing research. How do I do this properly? How do I go to the documents? This and that. You have to start with what you have. And, excuse me, sorry about that. As you kind of grow, you will develop, right? It's better to be someone who comes, like if you come to my channel and you subscribe for the type of videos that are on right now, imagine how it'll grow from there. But if I go all out, right, I don't develop, like if I try to like be like this person, it's going to be very hard to move down from that, right? Your standards are going to be higher, right? So that's why for me, I'm very big on imperfect action. And of course I could grow a lot faster if I did have a lot more tailored to it, but I'm going based on my bandwidth, right? And this is what my bandwidth is right now, right? So as obviously I start to generate some income off my businesses, I can hire more people, I can build a team, and then that's gonna increase the structure. If you look at anyone starts, their first stuff is always gonna be like kind of meh. But as time goes on, it gets better and better because they have a team, they're making revenue, they're making income. That's just how it is. So that's what you want to look into when it comes to building anything, right? Just don't focus on that perfection, just imperfect action. Just take action and learn from there, right? And the next one, and I'm almost done here. It's I work with the right intention. So this wasn't about launching a course. It was about helping Muslims become more productive while staying spiritually grounded. And that intention brought barakah. So that was the purpose of it. It's something that I was actively learning, something that I've been implementing in my own life. I get a lot of work done throughout the day. Most days, some days, obviously, if I'm not as on it, and those are the days I'll rest hard. And I'll talk about that in another video where it's like you have to rest hard if you want to succeed and get more output done. So the results, a full course built under 3 weeks. I have an ebook that I built with that. I have videos. Most people, they just sell one product, right? They sell one product. They sell like just that ebook and that's it. No, I got an ebook on there. I've got videos. I've got some templates on there. I've got a bunch of stuff on there. So, and I'm literally just pricing it at $7. Why am I doing that? Because it's an entry point and something I could offer it for free. However, the thing about it is, like I'm not there yet. I haven't built enough social proof to be charging a super crazy amount of money. So right now I just want to build trust. I have a free lead magnet that I built as well. So this is something I'm actively working on, building trust and just building from there. So that is really it. That's what I have. If you want to check out the course that I created, check it out. You can check it out down below. It's $7. You can just literally just do some research, see what I did. I literally just shot some looms and stuff like that too. Maybe I'll create a video on the thing where I share how I actually did it. I'm still figuring out how I want to structure this. I have another course that I'm working on. It's going to be building in 14 days. I have 12 days left from now. It's going to be 11 at the end of the day. So we'll see how I build that. But I think it's going to be cool to talk about how I built, how I get a lot of work done, or how I built this thing. Like what was the structure like? What did I do? So I think I might go into more detail on that. Maybe on the $7 one, if I get enough traction on the $7 one, I'll create a video and if I get enough feedback. But if not, then I will just put it on the other one, which is going to be a higher priced type of course. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Again, the link will be down below. It's called the 7 Days to Barakah. It's catered towards Muslims, but you're more than welcome to take a look at it. It's $7. It's not gonna, like, for most people, it's not gonna hit your bank like that, right? So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again, and peace.